So, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was reportedly putting together a new January 6th committee. Even though the original January 6th committee did a great job showing how those psychopaths stormed Capitol Hill and how crazy those people were. And there's a reason why a lot of them got locked up, even though Trump pardoned everybody. Man, come on, man. You just can't pardon everybody because there's a lot of horrible people in that crew. But he pardoned everybody. So now Speaker Johnson's putting together his own January 6th because we're going to get into the truth of what really happened. They're trying to rewrite history. So I think one of his plans was they was going to bring on Cassidy Hutchinson. Cassidy Hutchinson was the star witness of the original January 6th committee. So a subpoena for Cassidy Hutchinson was nixed after Speaker Mike Johnson's office was reportedly informed of explicit texts lawmakers sent to her. So I remember when I first saw Cassidy when she was testifying for the original January 6th committee. I was like, oh, she looks nice. And she has a very calm voice. Like, I love, if you're a lady, you got a calm voice, it just relaxes me. This is why I love Angela Bassett. It's almost like, everything's going to be okay, Kev. So I was like, oh, she got a nice, calming voice. I like her. And I was joking. I said, man, I'm sure she gets hit on by a lot of those older Republican congressmen on Capitol Hill. I was just joking around about that, right? Man, it's true. They would send her sexual texts. So Mike Johnson's, I guess one of his aides like, hey, bro, you can't bring her on because some of our dudes might get in trouble. Man, I wonder what they sent her. Cassidy, you did a wonderful thing with the original January 6th committee by testifying. We need you again for your service to release those texts. Because there's some scumbags on Capitol Hill. I knew it was more than Matt Gaetz. Like, Matt Gaetz was horrible. Should be in jail. But Matt Gaetz was horrible. But I always felt like, nah, it's not just him. There's some other dirtbags on Capitol Hill that's Republican. And the thing that disturbs me about those guys is that they always pretend, they always got the higher moral ground. It's like, oh, we're just better than everybody else. Oh, I'm married and I got kids. I got like 8 kids. I'm married. Oh, I don't have thoughts of other women. I don't cheat on my wife ever. I'm a Republican. It's like, you lie. I know you hit on these congressional aides on campus. I've seen these congressional aides and they're very attractive. You can't tell me these old dudes, even young guys too, but even these old dudes in their 60s and 70s aren't leering and looking at these young women. That's pretty bold to send these texts to Cassidy Hutchinson. Hey, to her credit, she never snitched. But man, I feel like she should. But see, here's the thing. She probably still has a lot of friends on Capitol Hill, people who work for offices and things like that. So she probably doesn't want them to lose their jobs, because if the person they work for gets voted out or kicked out, then they might lose their jobs. But hey, I mean, those folks will probably find a job as a lobbyist, so they'll be fine. But she probably doesn't want to cause a stir. And then when she was testifying, of course, she probably still got a bodyguard now because some of Trump's crazy people is probably giving her death threats and things like that, or trying to harass her. So she probably doesn't want that heat. So she'll probably never release the texts. But this is why I wish there would be some quote unquote leaks that come out. Man, this is the moment that I wish Larry Flynt was still alive. Larry Flynt, the owner of Hustler, the People versus Larry Flynt. Because I'm sure Larry Flynt, if he was around today, he would say, you know, Cassidy, I will give you $100,000 for each text, and I'll publish them. Because we have to get rid of and expose all these scumbags. Cassidy, for peace and love, for the good of the country, you got to drop these texts, girl. There's a lot of bad politicians on campus. We got rid on Capitol Hill. We just got rid of Matt Gaetz. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of others. For the love of the country, drop them texts. Woo! I thought it was Fox Sports that had all this scandal. Now it's Capitol Hill.